Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhachakacharya, His Divine Grace, Lace Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Grandhara Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 12, Text 22. Krishna Padabhi Nivishta Chetasam. Tam Krishna Padabhi Nivishta Chetasam. Padhanjalim Prashraya Namara Kandharam. Badhanjalim Prashraya Namara Kandharam. Shunandananda Upasritya Samstitam. Shunandananda Upasritya Sasmitam. Pratyuchatu Pushkaranabha Shammato. Pratyuchatu Pushkaranabha Shammato. Tam Krishna Padavinishta Vinivishta Chetasam. Badhanjalim Prasraya Namra Kandharam. Shunandananda Upasritya Sasmitam. Pratyuchatu Pushkaranabha Sammato. Tam Krishna Padavi Nivishta Chetasam. Badhanjalim Prasraya Namra Kandharam. Shunandananda Upasritya Sasmitam. Pratyuchatu Pushkaranabha Sammato. Any ladies want to try? Tam, him, Krishna, of Lord Krishna, Pada, of the lotus feet, Avinivishta, observe in thought, Chetasam, whose heart, Badhanjalim, with folded hands, Prashraya, very humbly, Namra, bowed. Kandharam, whose neck. Shunanda, Nando, and Nanda. Upasritya, approaching. Shasmitam, similarly. Pratyuchatu, addressed. Pushkaranabha, of Lord Vishnu, who has a lotus navel. Sammato, confidential servants. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Prabhupada ki jai. Dhruva Maharaj was always absorbed in thinking of the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, whose heart was full with Krishna. When the two confidential servants of the Supreme Lord, who were named Nanda and Sunanda, approached him, smiling happily, Dhruva stood with folded hands, bowing humbly. They then addressed him as follows. Purport. In this verse, the word Pushkaranabha Sammato is significant. Krishna, or Lord Vishnu, is known for his lotus eyes, lotus navel, lotus feet, and lotus palms. Here he is called Pushkaranabha, which means the Supreme Personality of Godhead who has a lotus navel. And Sammato means true, confidential, or very obedient servants. The materialistic way of life differs from the spiritual way of life, in that one is disobedience and the other is obedience to the will of the Supreme Lord. All living entities are part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, and they are supposed to be always agreeable to the orders of the Supreme Person. That is perfect oneness. In the Vaikuntha world, all the living entities are in oneness with the Supreme Godhead because they never defy His orders. Here in the material world, however, they are not sammata, agreeable, but always asammata, disagreeable. This human form of life is a chance to be trained to be agreeable to the orders of the Supreme Lord. To bring about this training in society is the mission of the Krishna consciousness movement. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, the laws of material nature are very strict. No one can overcome the stringent laws of material nature. But one who becomes a surrendered soul and agrees to the orders of the Supreme Lord can easily overcome those stringent laws. The example of Dhruva Maharaj is very fitting. Simply by becoming agreeable to the orders of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and by developing love of Godhead, Dhruva got the chance to personally meet the confidential servants of Lord Vishnu face to face. What was possible for Dhruva Maharaj is possible for everyone. Anyone who very seriously engaged in devotional service can attain, in due course of time, the same perfection of the human form of life. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada here again and again mentions this in other purports, that the purpose of human form of life is to engage in devotional service. So sometimes we hear this every time we're saying the same thing, because Srila Prabhupada himself says this same thing, that the purpose of human life is to engage in devotional service to Krishna. And you can see Krishna face to face, like it's mentioned here. Dhruva Maharaj saw Krishna face to face, and the confidential servant of Krishna. Because before you can meet Krishna, we have to meet his servants. The servants are devotees. That's the process. The process of devotional service, the process of bhakti yoga is to see Krishna, is to love Krishna, is to be with Krishna, to return to his lotus feet. But how to do that? That's the whole process of Krishna consciousness, how we can engage ourselves in the service of Krishna, under the guidance of the Guru Maharaj, under the guidance of the devotees. It's not anything is impossible. Nothing is impossible. Some people say, oh, it was so many years ago, Krishna appeared, Ramachandra appeared, thousands of years ago, 10,000 years ago, 5,000 years ago. Now we are living in the modern world. We have to live by the time factors and engage ourselves accordingly. But the old ways is the best ways. You see the modern society today, even though we are very advanced technologically, but the thing is everyone's unhappy. Everyone's unhappy with the such so-called technology. So always is the process of devotional service, is to process how we can meet Krishna, how we can be with Krishna. That is the desire of a devotee. The devotee's desire, we want to see Krishna. We want to be with Krishna. We want to be with Krishna's devotees. We are hanging, we are longing for that association. That's why Narottam Das Thakur sings that not having the association of those previous acharyas, not able to associate with the great devotees, I will break my head against the wall. Pasane kutiva mata anale pashivo. Burn myself in the fire. That is the strong desire of a devotee. They want to associate with Krishna. They want to be with Krishna. So Krishna is here. But first we need to meet Krishna's devotees. We need to meet Krishna's pure devotees. We have to serve them. It's mentioned here. Namra. It's also in our word. Namra means humble. Humbly falling at the feet of the Vaishnavas. With a straw in our mouth. The Goswamis of Vrindavan, when Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, they met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they had straw in their mouth and fell dandabat, like a stick, in front of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And that is the standard of humility. Humbly fall down like a stick in front of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So similarly, we need to humbly namra with complete awe and reverence, falling at the feet of our Guru Maharaj, falling at the feet of the devotees to give us their blessings. The blessing of a devotee enables us to go closer to Krishna. The blessing of a Vaishnava is the ingredients that we can increase our bhakti, love for Krishna. We want to love Krishna, we want to go closer to Krishna, we need to have mercy of the devotees. We may say, oh, he is not a devotee, he is a devotee. That is judgments, too much judgments. Everyone here is a devotee. Sometimes it's very difficult for us to associate because of our false ego. This is blocking. We are blocking in our heart. The heart is full of material desires, who is blocking us from humbly requesting the devotee, humbly paying our respect to the devotee, because our heart is blocked with rocks. Material desires are like rocks. They're sitting in the heart for a lifetime, and they are like rocks. So we want to face Krishna face to face. We have to face to face Krishna's devotee. How we can serve the devotees of Krishna. I remember in the beginning, a long time, when we used to serve the devotees, and they didn't appreciate the serving. So he said, I don't want to serve this kind of devotees. They're not respectful at what we are giving them. I'd rather not serve. But if we have that kind of mentality, then we will not get the mercy of the devotees. Whatever the devotees say, we have to respect the devotees. So the process of devotional service is that we must first offer our respect to Guru Maharaj, offer our respect to the devotees. I remember the first time I was learning English in the beginning days when I first joined. We had to meet Prabhupada and give him a flower. There's 5 of us in the school. And give Prabhupada a rose flower we got from Radha Madhava garden, the best rose. And we had to give Prabhupada and tell him, please accept my most humble obeisances at your lotus feet, and give him the flower. And so it was really difficult because those English words were so difficult to practice at that time. So we were practicing the whole day. My dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my most humble obeisances at your lotus feet and accept this flower. And then the time came when we went to, there was 5 of us. I said, you all go, I'll go at the end because I still need to practice. So there was some American boys. It was easy for them because they already knew English. And just a few of us who are from Mayapur. So they all went, and it was my turn. And I was shaking, so my hands, my flowers are shaking. And I just say a few words, and Prabhupada was very happy. And I gave him the flower and prayed my obeisances. So the idea is to please the Guru Maharaj, is to please Guru somehow or another, with your words, with your actions, with your activities. And Srila Prabhupada was very pleased, means Krishna will be pleased. You know, Prabhupada is a representative of Krishna. So if you can see, you can please Prabhupada by pleasing your Guru Maharaj. You can please Prabhupada, then Radharani is pleased, Krishna is pleased automatically. That's the process. It's not that you can just directly go to Krishna. That is not the process. Srila Prabhupada himself, Krishna himself, accepts initiation. What is the need for God to take initiation? He is Bhagavan, He is the source of everything. But he is showing by his own example that one must accept a guru and take the teaching from a guru, and that's how the pantha, the process, it works. The path of devotional service is that to approach Krishna, you have to go through a Vaishnava, a devotee, a Guru Maharaj. So, Guru Maharaj, he saw the 2 servants, and they were very effulgent. So when you see first time a devotee, if you come to the temple for the first time, it doesn't matter where you come from, Indian or Western. When you come to the temple, when you see a devotee first time, you'll be very amazed. We take for granted, we see the devotees each other every day, and we don't appreciate so much. We don't value the devotees. But if you come here the first time, you'll really value a devotee. How important, how effulgent you look, actually. Every devotee is full of joy and full of effulgent. So if I saw you for the first time, you will be full of a lot of things in your heart will be changing by seeing a devotee, just by seeing a devotee. We don't understand it because we are here all the time. We take it for granted. It's like if you go in the chanting and the holy name, Harinam, and Sankirtan, you see people, they really appreciate the devotees. They see us. They haven't seen, it's not like they see anything ordinary. They see devotees, they see Krishna. So, Dhruva Maharaj, he's full of effulgent. He's a very small boy, but full of love for Krishna. So, Om Agyana Tivrandasya. Jnana means knowledge. Agyana means the opposite of knowledge. Agyana means one who is unconscious. The purpose of an intellectual person, an intelligent person, he revives his Krishna consciousness. He wants to love Krishna. He wants to go closer to Krishna. That is most intelligent person. Intelligent person doesn't mean increase your the material way of life. It's mentioned here, the way of life. is to be agreeable. Agree or sammatau. To agree to serve Krishna. So Prabhupada is telling us, all the acharyas are telling us, we have to agree to that. In the material world, they don't want to agree to what Vaishnavas say, what Krishna say. Krishna himself appeared 5,000 years ago, and he even showed universal form. People don't agree. Are you God? They still question his position, if he's God or not, even after he showed his universal form. So they don't want to agree to Krishna. So if they didn't agree, at least they can accept him because he showed his universal form. He must be God. We're not able to do that. So he's doing those things to make sure we can come to him. Lila. And perform his pastimes, lifting Govardhan hill, doing all those, killing all those demons, to attract us to come to him. But still, there are people who doesn't agree to him. This is stubbornness. This is sheer ignorance. This ignorance deep down in our heart it's very hard to cleanse away. That's why in the previous verse, it's mentioned chanting Hare Krishna. Chanting Hare Krishna is the way to cleanse the heart. I see people how they chant. You know, I remember when I first came to Mayapur, the first night I joined the Hare Krishna temple in Mayapur, everyone was chanting, so a lot of them had their eyes closed. But then you poke them, they're falling asleep. They had their eyes closed. I thought they were like really meditating and chanting. And you poke them, they all fall off because they're sleeping. Hear the mantra. If you want to attract Krishna, if you want to see Krishna, at least chant his mantra, at least chant his name nicely, clearly. Because Krishna is there in the name. So if you're saying something else, then that's, you're not addressing Krishna. It's mentioned here to address the Vaishnavas, addressing Krishna. How to address Krishna? Through mantra. Mantra meditation. We tell people mantra meditation. There's a process how to go to Krishna. They say, if there is God, show him to me. God is always there, sitting in our heart. We just don't know. That's what I'm saying. That if you want to see Krishna, you have to listen. Hear about Krishna from a sadhu. Hear from him. This is why we have ears. The ears, we can't see Krishna with our eyes. We determine him something else. We see Krishna. That's why in our temples we have Krishna, so we dress them so nicely, so we can attract the people. So beautiful. Even then we don't understand. We bring people here, they don't understand what Krishna is. They see Krishna as a beautiful girl. They don't understand it's female or male or something. But if we explain to Krishna, about Krishna, to you, then you will understand. So you have to hear about Krishna from a devotee. Then you will know what Krishna is. Shruti dhara, you have to be able to hold the knowledge through your ear. Hold. To go into your ear, you have to hear about Krishna. You have to associate with sadhus. Then you will know. So the process is always very clear. We are singing, we are chanting this mantra in the morning. The na dhanam, na sundarim, na janam. I do not want followers. I do not want beautiful women. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim. I don't want wealth. I do not want. I simply want to serve you. Kavitam jagadisha kame. With tears in eyes, we want to approach Krishna. Tears in eyes. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu demonstrated. He was crying for Krishna so much, like tears in his eyes, pouring out like rain. So the process of Krishna consciousness is like that. To cry for Krishna. Utsaha nishchayat daryat tat karma nivarta. So one has to enthusiastically sing and dance for Krishna. That is the process, enthusiastically. So if you are chanting japa, you're not paying attention. That's why you fall asleep. You fall asleep because your mind is not focusing on the mantra. If you really seriously, sincerely, it's mentioned here. Prabhupada mentioned that nothing is impossible. If Dhruva Maharaj can attain Krishna, we can also at the present time, if we are serious. I just read that to you again. What was possible for Dhruva Maharaj is possible for everyone. Anyone who very seriously engaged in devotional service can obtain in due course of time the same perfection of the human form of life. Sometimes you may say, oh, he's the same thing. He's saying the same thing every time, like a recording. Prabhupada is saying the same thing every time, like a recording. Like sometimes I do the yoga and they say, you're doing the same pose every time. Can you give us another pose? Then I said, if you can do the pose I teach you nicely, really perfectly, then I'll bring up a new pose, new asana. They're struggling with the poses I'm teaching for months, and they want a new pose. They can't even do what I've been teaching. And then they want new, everything new. So if you want Krishna consciousness to flow into your heart, you must relish what we are already doing. After so many years, you're still falling asleep while you're chanting. Where you have the taste for chanting? So we need to hammer you. You're not chanting nicely. Yet you want to see Krishna. And you close your eyes when the beautiful deity is there. You close your eyes, sleep. Open your eyes, see the deity. You're not living in the forest. So Krishna is manifested here. I have just been in Jagannath Puri, just last week. Don't think that people there are so enthusiastic, you have no idea. You see in the movie, you say, no, I'm not going, there's too many people. There are so many people. I was trying to get in the temple, and this Yogeshwar Prabhu brought his daughter, a small girl. She was sandwiched in between the people. She couldn't breathe. And I was the same thing. I said, I need to go out. I couldn't go out or to the front. It was just stuck there. And so we moved a little bit at a time because they weren't opening the door for some reason. But people didn't give up. They're so enthusiastic to see Jagannath. It was the day before the Lord came out. And so when the Jagannath deity came out the next day, that street is not that far. It's a half an hour walk from beginning to the end, Gundicha. It's so crowded. Shock is like, this is why in Australia they're afraid that there's going to be too many people here, so they're keeping the numbers less. But there's just in one place, there's 1 million people, just one place. And they know how to manage it. I mean, there's some accidents, but they've been doing for years. I was squashed in there. And I said, I'm going to pull the cart today, no matter what. So I was really gearing up. And then I got there, I said, there's just so many people, you can hard to get in. And the rope is made from like a coconut tree, the string. So it's very tough. It can cut through your skin. It's very sharp. So then I said, I'm doing it. So you need some devotee with me. But nobody wanted to go. Everyone just touched the rope and go back. It's like, from a distance. I said, no way, I'm going to grab the rope and go all the way. So I had one friend, that's Baladev from Philippines. So we both, we had t-shirts on, we put everything away at the hotel, and sleeves up, grabbing the rope, had arms down this way, so no one can push you. I thought, if they can do, I can do it. And pulled the Jagannath cart, Lord Balaram's cart from beginning of the temple to Gundicha, all the way. And then we ran back to get Subhadra. First time in life, yeah.
Amazing.
That's amazing. Yeah. And Baladev had a friend, a panda, on the cart of Jagannath, and they throw down a coconut from the top of the cart. They're throwing down a heavy coconut. They can hurt you. I got one. Yeah. Right in my hand. And everybody wanted a piece of it. And I had to put it away. I said, no way. And he got a piece of cloth this big that wrapped around the deity Jagannath. That special cloth tie him on that day. And I got a piece of that cloth. You don't know where I live, so it's okay. It's a dry place. And I gave to some devotees, and I got half of it because they already ripped it out. I kept some. So I never give to the devotees. They never see it. But you can see, if you have the enthusiasm, Krishna will make the arrangement for you to see him. It's not like it's a miracle. Nothing is miracle. It's the mercy of Krishna. That is the miracle. People talk about miracle. What's miracle? We all can perform miracle. We all have it. If Krishna wants to see you, no one can stop you, no matter what. And that's what happened to me. They tried to turn me back. I went back and came back. They know the story, what happened. I had to go back and come back. So we saw Jagannath in the big eyes, and some of the paint was falling off. So I asked them, it's all blurry around the eyes. Like you see, our Jagannath is all very shiny. And Lord Jagannath's body there, it looked like not painted nicely. It was peeling off. So that's because they use the natural paint, like from a tree, like fruit paints. So we paint like real paints, so it's all shiny. They don't use any chemical on the deity's body. So rain or something, so it's all blurry. The paint's peeling off somehow. And they kept Lord Jagannath out in the street whole night, because Lord Jagannath didn't get pulled all the way from some reason. So Balaram and Subhadra went all the way to Gundicha, and Lord Jagannath stayed at night on the street, on the cart. So we got to pull him the next day. Maybe the panda wants to make more money or something, I don't know. Hard to say. Because, and then they're going around big bunches of tulsi, and they called me, said, here's some tulsi, then they asked for money. I pulled out, I already have a whole bunch of tulsi I got from the pandas. But the idea is, the mercy of Jagannath is freely there, that time. So if you want the mercy of Krishna, it's there. And if you go there with this attitude, I will get, no, you have to be humble. You have to be really, really humble. And Jagannath, we will make arrangement to see you, somehow. I didn't think for a moment that it's his blessing that I could see him. And I lived in Mayapur. Jagannath Puri is just overnight by train. I was telling you, and I never got to go because our Calcutta Rath Yatra, we have it on the same day. So we could, on the same day, we have it in Puri. So we never got to go. And here I'm in Melbourne, I could go there. It's so far away. That means Lord Jagannath was giving his blessing, I could go. And I didn't tell you, I got the free tickets. Yeah. Not even paid money. Somebody just offered me to go there. That's how who's going to go for 5 days? I have so much service here to do. That's why I went. So Jagannath is calling me. That's why I got to go there. And when I went there, I marked it up with the visa thing. And, I had to go back. And somehow the devotees saw me back the next day. I will tell you the story later, how I got back. Next day I was back there. I had to go back to another country, and somehow I met somebody and I came back the next day. So We talk about miracle. Miracle is the blessing of God, the blessing of Krishna. That's miracle. And it doesn't come easy. You have to have the desire to see Krishna. So here we are given the chance, we are given the chance every day to serve Krishna. Every day. And you say, where is God? You can see God through service. Srila Prabhupada, when he first came to Mayapur, he was in his car and he saw Chaitanya Math, the birthplace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is known as Yogapith. You know, Yogapith. It's the birthplace, or they call it Janmasthan. He just paid his obeisances like this. He said, this is the birthplace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Down the road is the place of service to Krishna. It's his place of work, is Mayapur. So if you want to really appreciate the place where Krishna appeared, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took his birth, you have to do devotional service in Mayapur. Then you can see nicely. So our place of ISKCON in Mayapur is just as important as the place of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's birthplace. That's the Karmastan, that is the place of service, devotional service. So if you want to serve Krishna, if you want to meet Krishna, if you want to understand Krishna's pastimes, you have to do devotional service in the association of devotees. Sadhusanga, 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 sarvasatrakoi. That's mentioned in scriptures, all of the scriptures, that one must perform devotional service. It's not that you can come by easy. You have to do lots of work, devotional service, hard work. Not like the laborers in India, you know. If they are doing the work and if the authority don't check them, they're just having a rest. In India, that's why it takes everything so long to do. Because they are just goofing off. They're just taking it easy. They always have to somebody check on them. Otherwise they cheat you. So you cannot cheat Krishna. If you want to please Krishna, you really have to sincerely serve Krishna from the heart. Krishna is there in our heart. He's watching us. Just like you clean the toilet, it's amazing. You know, some of the devotees from the ashram, you clean the toilet. I saw you cleaning. It's super clean. You know, people from all over the street coming and using the toilet there. It's not easy to clean. There's a lot of work there. So, and after it's clean, it just feels good. So it's the place you live, the ashram you live. If you live like a pig and filthy, your consciousness becomes filthy. A devotee where he lives is like a temple. The place of your home, your ashram, your home where you live, grihastha ashram, is your temple. It's not yours. You should live clean like this temple. So you wake up, you're full of ignorance. You don't appreciate Krishna consciousness. So when you're full of ignorance, you don't even want to get up. You just feel so dirty and you mix in it. And you feel lazy and dirty. So if you're clean, super clean, Krishna consciousness and incense burning, and you have a beautiful altar, everything is clean, flower, smell of flower, that's temple. So in order to keep your heart clean and your consciousness clean, you have to be like this temple room. The heart of a devotee is like a temple. Krishna resides with this clean place. So if your heart is full of dirt and rubbish, you know, people get sick because they're putting so much rubbish. They don't respect the body. They're putting so much rubbish. What to speak of God? Even you cannot live. That's why you feel sick. That's why people die early. They're putting garbage, you know. That's why people take shard in this temple. Their heart is cleansed. We're cooking. So keeping everything clean. So heart of a devotee will be clean, like a temple. And so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that you want to clean your heart, you have to clean through the chanting. Not that you go to the bazaar and you get the best bar of soap. I want to clean my heart. You have to. The way to clean the heart is through chanting, by associating devotees. Like one day I was in the kitchen and something very hot went in my eyes, like hot halva. How to, and I was like, it's not chili. Chili would be worse. That's why it's not allowed. But it was a hot halva. It's worse. And I thought I'm going to get blister in the eyes. And I was just praying to Radha Vallabha. And so I put cold water and I felt relief. So if you want to, our heart it's burning with so many desires. Lust, anger and greed. Yesterday I shouted at one devotee and I felt really bad because everybody thinks I'm a really cool guy. I really shouted at him. I said, get the hell out of the kitchen. And he was coming and telling. He's actually a senior devotee. So I paid my obeisances and we talked about everything and nullified everything. So sometimes it happens, it's like the Kauravas and the Pandavas, they're fighting and killing each other daytime. At night they would get together and they would be having a chat. At daytime they would like kill each other. So I told him this, and I said, sometime in our service we get upset with each other. Don't take it too seriously. And then at night we sit down, we sorted everything out peacefully as friendship. So we should always see things through knowledge. We should always see things in a Krishna conscious view. This way we can remain humble. Humility doesn't just come by. You have to understand the knowledge. Through knowledge we can acquire the devotional principles. You can't say, from today I'm going to be humble, and tomorrow not. It doesn't work that way. You have to understand what is our position, and what is the position of Bhagavan, Krishna, how great he is, how supremely attractive he is, how beautiful he is, how he is the enjoyer. His pastimes are so sweet. This is Jagannath pastimes. We went to Puri. We appreciate it so much. I didn't think any ordinary people that go to Jagannath Puri for 4 days, which we were there only 4 days, and it rained. The whole 4 days pouring rain. And it's just muddy, and muddy and rocks on the ground and full of, it's just not really soothing. And we're really wet. And the devotee didn't care, so we have only 4 days. We are going to go to Chota Gopinath, we're going to go, Haridas Thakur Samadhi and Siddha Bakul, where he chanted japa. And it was just pouring rain. Nobody's in the street except us. But we enjoyed it. And if you are not Krishna conscious, 2 hours you will feel sick if you're pouring in the rain. You catch cold. And we are there 4 days in the rain. I spent 2 days in the airport, practically. Another 3 days just in the rain the whole time. And I felt great. I came back and I just had a little stomach ache. Ordinarily, this in the rain for 3 days, you will feel sick, you will die. But Jagannath mercy. And there's one devotee, his wife told him, don't eat anything out there because he was in a diet. I said, you are in a spiritual world. You have a concession. And you are in this like a special zone. And so you can eat whatever. And so when he came back, I said, now you're out of the zone, so you have to go back to your diet. Yeah. And he felt, he was also in the rain with us. And we all felt fantastic. We came back here, and we're like the middle of night, and they want to eat rice, dal, sabji, middle of night, because we are full of spiritual energy. We feel like we're not this body anymore. We're not affected by all those material world. Jagannath Puri is not part of India. It's a special place. You know, Sri Krishna, when he goes herding the cows, it's full of dust. And devotees, they bathe in the dust, they roll in the ground. Ordinary Western people, they say, well, these people are crazy, rolling in the dust. How dirty it is. And we're like that. When our shirts are wet and we couldn't wear shoes, we were in ecstasy. We loved it so much. We wish we could be there longer. We didn't care the rain. We went swimming in the sea, and the ocean was just throwing us around. It wasn't so peaceful, not like here. And everybody was Jai Jagannath. It was just so ecstatic. So when you see Krishna, it's not difficult. It's spiritual. You feel great. If you try to do one thing for yourself without Krishna, it's just miserable. But when you see Krishna in the middle, it's so blissful. I remember we used to go out, sell things. Sell like t-shirts, all kinds of things. Make a lot of money. Bringing in $1,000 a week. It doesn't cost anything to the temple. Pure money. And so some devotees, they left the temple. They tried to go and sell those things for themselves. They said, they just didn't feel the right. They felt really horrible. They couldn't sell a thing. So if you want to do the same thing for yourself, it's not the same anymore. If you do for Krishna, it's so much. Krishna will bless you. I didn't have to go out. I used to sell. I didn't chant my rounds. I didn't go to the program. So I was thinking to Krishna, I didn't go to the program today. I don't know I'll get a sale today or not. Because we used to think this way. If I go to the temple, chant my rounds nicely, I could sell more and I'd bring more money. So that day I didn't go to the program, and I did a big sale, like $1,000. I said, now I'm going to go to the car and chant 16 rounds. And the other guy with me, the other devotee, he didn't do a sale. He was really jealous. He said, I said, you better go out and get a sale. I was chanting all my rounds the whole day, and I already did $1,000. So, if you have a sense, when you do things for Krishna, when you donate money to Krishna, or you do some service to Krishna, it doubles. Krishna gives you more blessing. He becomes so blissful. And we didn't take 1 paisa, not 1 cent. All that we gave to the temple. But we felt fantastic. And I wanted to buy a toothbrush and some soap. I had to go knock on the door ask the cashier at the temple. They'll give you a here. And we were bringing so much money. We could easily keep it. But we gave it all to Krishna. But the blessing was there. Krishna's blessing. So when you do service with humble attitude, with respect, with everything, with devotion, with bhakti, then it becomes wonderful. So you will not feel it's miserable. You won't feel it's, oh God, I don't want to be those Hare Krishna devotees, they're too much. They're telling too much about Krishna all the time. Every day, Krishna, Krishna. They chant seriously, one spot. They don't get out. They don't even scratch their head. No, it's not for me. That's what life is for. Life is for serving Krishna. Human life is meant for serving Krishna. How many times do you need to say it? If you don't develop love for Krishna in human life, like Aniruddha was giving the class the other day, he saw one old lady carrying a dog. He saw how embarrassing, carrying a puppy dog across the road. If you don't serve Krishna, you carry a dog. We serve Krishna so beautiful. Serve the devotees so wonderful. And they are serving dogs. You don't serve Krishna? Okay. You serve kutta. See? Jive sarvbhai Krishna nityadas. We are eternal servant of Krishna. Not the servant of dog. But that's what happens. If you don't serve Krishna, you become a servant of Maya. You're a servant of animals. Serve Krishna. Krishna didn't say, you serve me, otherwise you go to hell. You can serve him peacefully. He doesn't need your service. But when you serve Krishna, it's so blissful. It's so blissful. We want to serve Krishna more. You chant one round, we want to chant second round. So that's the process of Krishna consciousness. The process of devotional service, that you want to do more devotional service. That's how it's very attractive. But it's all in our mind. Think, oh, no, I can't do it. But once we do it, it's very blissful. I was thinking, I'll go to India. Oh no, I had to go to India. I mean, I went to India just now after maybe 10 years. I had to go. So, everyone said, go to Mayapur, go to Vrindavan. I'm happy here with all the devotees. I was born in India. It's not that you need to go because you weren't born there. But the thing is, we all need to go to Holy Dham. One of the qualities of performing devotional service is to associate with and go to the Dham. But, so it's an austerity. Saying, I don't want to go. Then I felt good. So when you associate with devotees, even though sometimes it's not palatable, you're associating with karmi every day. You go to work every day with the karmis. Isn't it? That's why you're not in Guru Puja. Out the door, you go to the work. And how to associate with those karmi all day? So, you have to value the association of devotees. If you enjoy being with devotees, even though that momentary association of devotees, carries you throughout the day. You're not affected by it. I heard about a devotee that they don't even want to look at a non-devotee because they eat meat. Because you look at them, you want to take a shower. You're living in Melbourne, forget that. Everywhere you look is a chill world. So the point is, we go out to give our association, not to take theirs. You associate with Krishna and you're full of Krishna consciousness, so when you go out with non-devotee, you're giving them your association. So they are getting your blessing. You're rubbing onto them your Krishna consciousness. That's how it works. Lotus in the water, not touched by water, Krishna said. So this is Bhakti Yoga. So we need to practice Krishna consciousness in this attitude, and the attitude of humility, with attitude of devotion, with love, bhakti in our heart. If people come to the temple and they see us going around very unhappy and dry, they're going to turn the other way around. So if they see us happy, we're enjoying Krishna consciousness, we're relishing Krishna consciousness, they will want to be with us. Hare Krishna. So that's why I went to India, because Jayaraman Prabhu was sitting there, and other devotees, they are so enthusiastic and so blissful to be with them. I felt like I didn't miss anything. We have to make things very palatable amongst ourselves, our friends. All the devotees here, they are real friends. If we throw them out of the temple, we don't respect them, who do we have except devotees? Our friend, our God brothers and God sisters are our real friend. They are our real wealth. Even your own family. Krishna's devotees are our family. Seeing it that way. So Prabhupada said, they are my family. Prabhupada's family. ISKCON is our Prabhupada's family. So you want to associate with Krishna? Associate with Krishna's devotees, Krishna's family. This big family. Yeah? So, just like you go to your home, your son, your daughter, every day you're with them. But these are all Krishna's family. That's how Krishna sees. That's how Prabhupada saw. Just not that, you go to the Vaikuntha. He starts here. You want to go to Vaikuntha, you want to go to Golok Vrindavan, you start here. You have to qualify yourself right now. This is the start. And then we are on the path. Then we'll get there. If we don't appreciate now, then how are we going to appreciate later? Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna. My class is always going to be instructive, and so I'm not going to talk too much philosophy. Okay, what's mentioned here? Any questions?
What is the way to observe in thinking of Lotus Feet? Your hints. Give us some hints. How you think of Lotus Feet?
You tell me. The thing is, it's not that we are always, throughout the day, we're in the temple and look at the deities. No, we have service to do. So, through serving Krishna, through his service, we observe in that we are seeing Krishna through his service. So it's related to Krishna. Suppose I'm not going to, I will tie my eyes and look at the deity throughout the day. But we see the deity's lotus feet and that photo in our heart. Throughout the day we're thinking Krishna. So it's in our mind, it's in our heart. So it's not like, that's what I said. Devotee's heart is like a temple. Wherever you go, you're seeing Krishna. So we see the material world, it's all Krishna's energy. We're seeing Krishna when we see the materialistic people not serving, but they're all spirit soul. This is how a devotee sees. So you observe of Krishna consciousness by chanting. Under our tongue, we're always chanting. We're chanting, not just in our hands in the beat bag, but in the mind, in our heart, we're chanting Hare Krishna. So we sing Krishna. Krishna is there in his name. His form, his lila is all in his name, mantra, and the chanting. So when you chant Hare Krishna, you're associating with Krishna. So there is a process how you look at the deity, how you meditate on the deity from the feet, but to observe at the lotus feet of Krishna throughout the day, 24 hours a day, then you have to picture it in your heart, in your mind. And some devotees, they take picture of Krishna. When they're in the tram or in the bus, they're looking at the picture. They don't want to look at anything else. I've seen. They take out a verse, they're practicing to chant that verse when they're not at the temple. Or they're chanting japa. You can't walk across the road, close your eyes. You open your eyes, but always think of Krishna in the heart, deep down. We're in the surface, but we're affected by the surface, what's on the surface. But deep down, we are Krishna conscious. Suppose I'm cooking, and at the same time, I look at the deity. That's going to be not easy. The service is related to Krishna. So when you do your service nicely, that pleases Krishna. That's how it works. If Guru tells you to bring a glass of water and thinking, let me bring like milk. You like milk better. You put it there, nuts and saffron. No, he asked for water. So what pleases Krishna is not what pleases us or with some speculative process. What pleases Krishna is exactly according through the instruction of the Guru. Is through service. So seeing Krishna through service, observing the lotus feet. Of course, we can see Krishna at the temple and observe the lotus feet. Before you sleep, read a Krishna book, stories. If you really seriously want to be Krishna conscious, there's every way we can become Krishna conscious. The process is already here. And if you don't want to seriously become Krishna conscious, there's always a way to get out of it. Not be Krishna conscious. Every way. Okay? Thank you. Nice question. Anybody else? Hare Krishna.